I'm your host, Key, and welcome back to Who Cares? I want to share with you guys my coming out story. It's not going to be nothing, too wild or anything off the wall, but kind of interesting. So let's dive right in. I came out in 11th grade as bisexual with my friends and my classmates. My mother didn't know until after I graduated. People always ask me, well, how does a person know that they bisexual? Or how does a person know that they like the opposite sex, or not the opposite sex, the same sex? And my answer is simple. It's really what it really boils down to. And the question that I ask in return is, how do you know you like dick? If you're a woman, how do you know you like dick? And vice versa for the men. If you're a man, how do you know you like coochie? How do you know? So, the same way a person gonna say they don't like veggies, the same way you know if you don't like coochie or not if you're a woman. I'm not saying necessarily that you have to try it to not like it, but you just know. There is nothing like hardwired into your DNA that says, okay, you know, here you're supposed to like men as a woman. That's what you're no. This if you like what you like, and you can't help what you like. I had always actually known that I like girls. I always found them very interesting, growing up in my household. There was like this quote unquote rule of no liking boys, no boyfriends. My mother was not having it at all. And because my mom was so hell bent on us not having kids while we were under her roof, she always threatened me and my sisters, about having boyfriends and liking boys. Boyfriends were, a non existing thing until you were quote unquote grown and out of my house. I'm not raising nobody's kids, and um you get a boyfriend, you think you grown, you not finna bring no babies in my house, all the usual bull crap that you get from your parents as a woman, or a young lady, should I say, because neither one of my brothers got that lecture. And my brother was the first one to have a kid, and he was in high school. Even though my mom didn't like it, she did some awful things, but hey, that's another story for another day. Let me get back on topic. All right. So, of course, yeah, she threatened us or whatever. So my thing was, she never said anything about not liking girls. So of course I started to lean more so towards girls. I had my very first girl crush in ninth grade. Oh my God, this girl was fine. Oh my God. And when I hear, when I tell you fine, she was fine. I won't share her name, but we'll just call her MJ. Let's just leave it at that. MJ was fine, y'all. I'm not even gonna front. Homegirl was all that and a bag of chips. I'm telling you, with a scoop of ice cream on the side. But the only thing I didn't like about MJ was the fact that she used to dress like a dude. I never was attracted to, like, the baggy pants and the baggy shirts. Back then, what was it? What grade? I was in ninth grade. What year was that? Um, oh 06, oh 05, somewhere around that time frame. When what that little boy name is? I got all them crank songs. Soldier Boy. Yeah, that was when Soldier Boy was very popular. So you used to wear the baggy t-shirts and the jabot jeans, and yeah, she used to dress like a straight up dude. But baby, when I tell you, when she took them clothes off, whew, was that a sight to see? Mm, 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 mm. But who cares? Who cares? So, um, yeah, my first real girl crush was in ninth grade. Her name is gonna be MJ. So, um, we dated for a while. I mean, like, sort of dated, but it wasn't like a full on date where, your mom knows. And we used to sneak on the phone, and she would come by the house, and I would tell my mom that's just my friend, of course. She actually bought me a bracelet when I was in ninth grade. I hid it for a while, and I actually don't know what I did with that bracelet. To this day, I don't know what happened to it. But with her, with MJ, I did have my first sexual experience with a female. And when the year came to an end, she transferred to a different school. So, of course, like most relationships in high school, of course, it came to an end as well. Fast forward to 11th grade, back in my birth city, we then moved back to Albany, Georgia. I'm going to Doherty Comprehensive High School. Really don't really know too many people because I before we moved, I was living on the west side, and when we moved back, we moved to the east side. So of course, all my friends were on the west side, going to Monroe or Westover, and I had to end up going to freaking Doherty of all places. I don't regret it, but hey, whatever. I really didn't know anybody, so I kind of just stayed to myself. But I always had my eye on this one particular female. Oh my God. We're just going to call her SG, all right? Now, SG was an athlete, y'all. She was an athlete. And most athletes are whores. We're just going to put that out there. Yes, this girl was never single. And I mean, never in all caps, never single. And it actually kind of just pissed me off. Oh my God. I used to be so pissed off. This girl was never single. So I'm like, how in the hell you in high school and you never single? But okay, cool, whatever. The the year starts to, come to an end, and somehow we ended up bumping into each other in a hallway, and we struck up a conversation. We exchanged numbers, and we chatted up for the remainder of the school year. And my friends actually started to notice that, me and her had been hanging out for, quite a while. And, we actually started to grow a little closer. And, she would walk me to my classes and whatever. But I was too afraid to tell my friends that I was actually into girls because at the time, technically, I was dating a guy. Yes. She used to walk me to class, but I was actually dating a guy. I mean, he would walk me to class sometimes, but whatever. So eventually, one day over lunch, I told my friends that, hey, yeah, y'all, I'm bisexual. First thing come out my homegirl mouth is, duh, we was just waiting for your slow ass to figure it out. I'm like, you know what? These whores, I can't. But I love them for that because it made me so comfortable and so much more at ease with myself and who I was as, coming into myself as a young woman. It made me really comfortable to know that my friends weren't going to, judge me and outcast me for being different from them. Because you know how young girls are, especially in high school. Oh no, I'm strictly dickly. I'm strictly this and I'm strictly that. And them be the main ones that get their ass out of high school and then marry a fucking girl after they done had 4, 5 kids with some bullcrap ass dude that ain't worth 2 damn pennies. Now you want to be all about the whole bisexual or lesbian community. Girl, bye. No, no tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. All right. Moving forward. Okay, so fast forward to freaking senior trip. Man, oh my God, senior trip. What the F was I thinking? What was I thinking? I actually ended up sleeping with SG on senior trip the very first night we went out. I knew she had a girlfriend, but at the time, I was like, you know what? Who cares? Yep. And then for the remainder of the senior trip, my period came on. So that was, more sex was out of the freaking window. All right, so senior year comes to an end really, really quick. The whole freaking senior trip, and me and her sleeping together, got back to her girlfriend. Her and her girlfriend actually ended up breaking up. So naturally, me and her, we started spending a little bit more time together. She started hanging out more at my house. I was hanging out more at her house. And she met my mom, she met my stepdad, she met my sisters. And the more time she started to spend, the more at my house, the more my stepdad started to ask questions. You know, in the nature of our friendship, he started to question that a little bit more, because he was like, you know, she's always over here, or you always trying to get to her. And I just want to know. I was like, no, we're just friends. And in actuality, which we weren't dating. We were just friends. We weren't together. So technically, I did not lie. We was just friends. Eventually, SG and I actually did start dating at some point, and I didn't want to hide my relationship. Now, mind you, I done graduated. All my friends know. The only people that don't know is my family. So one day we're sitting outside, and dead smack in the middle of the summer too. I tell my mom, I said, "Hey, mom, I got something to tell you." And at first it felt like this rock in the middle of my stomach, like I was finna shit some bricks, bro. I swear to God, that's what it felt like. So it just came out like word vomit. It was like I was like, "Mom, I'm dating, SG." We're just gonna call her SG. It's like, "Mom, I'm dating SG." And unbeknownst to me, to my surprise, she blurts out, "I know, I'm not stupid." I said, "Oh, okay, well, that's a lot better. All right, that makes me feel better. Okay, cool. One down, one to go." I wanted to jump for joy, but I couldn't just yet. I'm telling you, I've wanted to jump for joy so bad, because they made me feel like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, knowing that my mom knew this quote unquote secret that I was trying to keep. Not really much a secret. Okay, whatever. So the only person that I'm really terrified of telling at this point is my freaking stepdad. Yep. So when I told him, I really didn't get the response that I was looking for. I told him, I was like, I just wanted to let you know that me and SG are dating. And he was like, "Oh, yeah? Oh, all right." I mean, so there was nothing really left to the conversation. So I just turned around and walked off. Later on, down the line, a few months or so, I found out that he wanted my mom to kick me out the house for dating a girl. A few months later, I left for the Navy. Yeah, that's my coming out story. Nothing too wild, like I said in the beginning, nothing too wild, nothing too crazy. But thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for, tuning in to my little podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed my little story time. There will be more stories to come, and some of them do get real heated. I'm telling you, some of them get real heated. So stay tuned.